Hello, Justin's class. 4.1, converting fractions and decimals using place value. Question. Do you guys know what place value is?
Yes.
If you know how to read place value, this lesson should be pretty easy. True or false? True. Vocab. The first two words I gave you were 4 definitions for a fraction and 4 definitions for a decimal. What do we know about fractions and decimals?
The same thing.
They're the same thing. It says right here. Fractions and decimals are the same thing. They just look different. Okay, next one. Powers of 10. Do you guys know how to convert using powers? Or do you guys know how to multiply using powers of 10?
Yes.
So if you're multiplying by, first of all, is 10 a power of 10?
Yes.
If you're multiplying by 10, how many places do you move the decimal point?
1.
Which way?
Right.
So multiplying by a power of 10 means you move the decimal point to the right, right?
Yes.
And how many places again did we move it?
1.
Why 1?
Because there's 0.
There's 1 0. So is this a power of 10 right there?
Yep.
How many zeros?
3.
So how many bunny hops do I do then?
3.
Which way?
The right.
So multiplying by a power of 10, you bunny hop to the right, right?
Yep.
Why on this one then did I bunny hop to the right, but I went 3 spots when I only see 1 0? Oh, the exponent tells us how many zeros there really is, right? Because it's 10 times 10 times 10. Okay. Ignore that. Next one, 4.1 divided by 10. Why on this one did I go the other direction then?
For stills, this is
Oh, we're
a
divide.
lockdown drill. This is a lockdown drill. Turn off the lights, lock the doors, and stay out of sight.
So we were saying that when you divide, I think we were saying, when you divide, which way do you move your decimal point, left or right? Left. And it always has to be by a power of 10. Because division and multiplication, they're really what? Opposite. So when you multiply, you go to the right. When you divide, you go to the left. Okay, so down here, converting from fractions to decimals. If your fraction has a power of 10 in the denominator, you can simply read the decimal, right? So read this fraction, everybody.
3 tenths.
Read this decimal.
3
3/10, right? Read this fraction, everybody.
900.
Read this decimal. They sound the same, right? And that's only true if the denominator has a power of...
10.
Read this.
2 and 1.
2 1/10, right? Is the decimal the exact same?
Yes.
How about decimals to fractions? Read this decimal.
3 tenths.
Read this fraction.
3 tenths.
Read this decimal.
21.
Read this fraction.
2100.
So if you read the decimal using place value, well, you get the fraction.
Yes.
The only time that doesn't work is if you read the decimal, read that decimal.
5 tenths.
The fraction is also 5/10, right? But what can you do to 5/10?
Reduce.
So really your final answer is going to be,
1/2.
does this make sense?
Yes.
We cool with all this?
Yes.